Hi, I'm Kim Cash. At the end of the day, when I come home from work, like all real women, I'm tired. But I still want my family to have a fun, festive food. So what I wanted to do tonight was take us away on a journey to Italy. And this is a dessert that I call my Nilly Filly. What it is cream cheese and whipped cream with vanilla. And it's like a Neapolitan ice cream, only this is a Neapolitan pudding. And it's a parfait, a pudding parfait. And I've got vanilla, which I'm going to add a little vanilla to, just to make it a little more tasty. And then I've got some chocolate pudding. And I might add some chocolate chips, just to make it a little more chocolatey. So what I'm going to do is make a mousse. And I'm using some chocolate jello. And I'm just going to pour it into my mixer. And I'm going to use my little mixture that I've already made here, which is some whipped cream and Philadelphia cream cheese. And I'm just adding that right here with the pudding mix. This will make it moussey and light rather than a heavy pudding. And I've got to add 2½ cups of milk, which I've measured out here. And then I'm just going to blend it up for a couple minutes. And I've just finished blending up my pudding mix with my Philadelphia cream cheese and my pudding mix. I'm just going to put some in the cup. This is my first layer of my Neapolitan Parfait. Okay, now I'm going to make my vanilla pudding, which is going to be a vanilla mousse when I add my Philadelphia cream cheese and my whipped cream mixture, which is right here. I've already mixed them up. I'm just going to spoon that in. It will make it really creamy. And then I've got to add 2½ cups of milk, just like you would for any instant pudding. And then I'm just going to blend this for a few minutes. Mixture, and I've got my vanilla pudding here that I'm going to just scoop into my parfait cup. And I'm just adding just a dollop into each cup. This will actually be enough to maybe even fill me up. I'm going to take the one that has more chocolate because I love chocolate. But if you like vanilla more, you could add more vanilla or more strawberry. And I try to get them a little even except for mine. Okay, now I'm just going to blend up my whipped cream. I'll just pour about half of a container in here, and then about 1/2 cup of sugar. And of course I'm going to add my mixture of Philadelphia cream cheese and my whipped cream that has been blended with some vanilla. About half of that, because I want to save some for a dollop on the top of my parfait. So I'm just going to start that. Let it go for a couple minutes. Okay, now I'm just going to mash up some strawberries to add to my whipped cream mixture, just to really make it pink, so it'll really look like a Neapolitan, because you want the strawberry and the vanilla and the chocolate just like you would for ice cream. This is kind of a pudding parfait ice cream alternative that you could have in the winter when you don't want to really eat ice cream because it's too cold. So I'm just mashing it up, and you could add a little sugar, but I think this is sweet enough with all the pudding, and I don't want it to be too rich. So after you've got it nice and blended, I'm just going to add that to my mixture, which will help make my whipped cream mixture a nice pink color. So I'm just going to pour that in here, and then I'll mix it up for a couple minutes, and I'll show you how it comes out. Neapolitan ice cream. I'm just going to turn it off now. And you'll see how nice and pink it is. I did have to add a couple drops of food coloring just to really give it that nice pink color that I wanted. And you can see how beautiful it came out. So I'm just going to drop in a dollop of it into my parfait. And I've also saved aside some actual real strawberries so I could dip them in chocolate and put them on the top just to really give them a little bit of festive elegance. Something really special that you could serve when you have guests. But I like to do it even just when I have my family. Just because I think it's fun to have something a little unusual for dessert. And this only takes about 15 minutes. You just have to mix up the 3 different layers. And that does take about 5 minutes for each layer that you're doing. But I really think that it's worth it because they're so pretty. So now I'm just going to melt some chocolate chips that I can dip my leftover strawberries and have a topping for the parfaits. I'm going to add some freshly chopped, cut up strawberries here to the top because I like fresh fruit and so do my kids. Plus it just gives another little added layer, something pretty, nice little color. And then I have saved aside some larger strawberries that I'm going to dip in some melted chocolate that I just melted. It's just chocolate chips. And I'm just going to put a little chocolate on the top, just kind of make them a little cone head. And I'm just going to let them sit there while I put a dollop of whipped cream, my Philadelphia cream cheese, and whipped cream mixture on the top. But first I want to get these ready so they can harden a little bit. You could also chill these, and that would make them a little more stiff. So now I'm just going to add my little dollop of leftover whipped cream mixture. And then you could add more or less, just depending on your own taste. But these are pretty sweet, so you don't need too much. And then I'm just going to also sprinkle a little bit of shaved chocolate on the top because, like I said, I love chocolate. And I don't know very many people that don't like chocolate. So now I've had these sitting here just for a minute, and I'm just going to put those on the top and squish them down a little bit. It's just kind of a final touch, like a crown on my dessert. And I think these have come out really pretty and fruity. And these are just my Nilly Filly celebration dessert. It's a pudding parfait. I'm just going to take a bite so I can tell you how wonderful this tastes. Oh, it is so good. Of course, I like the chocolate, so I'm going to squeeze down to the bottom to try to get some of that. Oh, it is really good.